people here. It's good to see that.
28.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great number.
It's my first time today at Friday.
At Friday.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, Tatiana. Oh my gosh, you're here. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's so good to see you.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Today
Thanks, Carmen.
Oh.
So today we're going to talk about zoos and aquariums. And I'm going to ask you to all of you to be respectful, to listen to all your friends in the room, and let everybody speak equally, all right? And I, as a host, if I receive some complaint from someone, I will ban from the meeting. So be respectful, all right?
All right.
I'm gonna share with you my video today, and I hope you enjoy it. I don't know what's happened with me today, guys. Sorry.
No problem.
It's okay.
Okay.
What's more wholesome than taking a trip to the zoo? You get to be up close and personal with some amazing animals that you pretty much never get to see in the wild. Sure, you could fire up the newest Deep Look episode. They just celebrated their 100th episode. Congratulations to them. I see you Deep Look fans. Thank you for checking us out. But now imagine seeing cool critters and other exotic animals in person. Clearly, zoos are a win for people. But when it comes to the animals, I'll never forget when I asked my grandpa to take me to the zoo and he says, why would I want to see animals locked up in cages? And I thought to myself, dang, he might have just ruined my childhood. No, but seriously, in the long run, zoos might cause more harm than good. So today we're asking, should zoos exist? Humans have been capturing and displaying exotic animals for thousands of years. The earliest known collections date back to 3500 BCE in Egypt, where rulers kept hippos, elephants, baboons, and different species of large cats. Now, back then, that didn't mean that your average Egyptian could just go check out that awesomeness. These early zoos were just a way for kings to flex on other kings. Like, hey, I see you got those two lions over there, but check out this big hippo. Like, that's probably how it exactly happened. Modern zoos, where the public can come and watch animals exhibiting their natural behavior, didn't really become a thing until the early 1800s. The longest continuously operating zoo in the world is the Vienna Zoo, which has been going strong for more than 260 years. Now that is impressive. Today in the United States alone, over 180 million people visit zoos and aquariums every year. I mean, it makes sense to me. Where else can you see polar bears and giraffes in the same place where you're eating cotton candy or a churro? Literally nowhere. There aren't churro stands in nature. They just don't exist. Because it's like I'm always eating churros in public spaces. So, like zoo, theme park, it doesn't matter. Find me fried dough and I'm in there. Zoos may be great entertainment, but their big goal is to educate the public about wildlife and what we can do to protect them. Zoo animals are sort of like the ambassadors for the counterparts in the wild. As the president of the animal welfare organization American Humane said, people won't protect what they don't love, and they can't love what they don't know. Which is a boss quote. That's a really good quote. And there's some research to back that up. According to a study of 26 zoos published in Conservation Biology, zoo visitors increase their knowledge of different kinds of animals found throughout the world and learn specific actions to help protect those animals. Zoos also contribute to scientific research. Zoo is short for zoological park, and zoology is a scientific study of animal biology and behavior. And that's what zoos do. Over the last 20 years, zoos and aquariums have produced over 5,000 papers covering everything from disease transmission between animals and humans to the best ways to protect endangered species. In fact, zoos work really hard to save animals that are threatened in the wild. It's probably no surprise to you that modern life is putting a lot of pressure on habitats all over the world. Poaching, climate change, pollution. As all that stuff continues to ramp up, more and more species run the risk of becoming endangered or even extinct. Zoos can take at-risk animals, breed them in captivity, and then introduce them into the wild. This can save them from extinction by helping to restore their populations. Take the California condor. In 1982, there were only 22 of them living in the wild. Because of breeding programs at zoos in San Diego and in Los Angeles, there are now around 300 California condors flying free. We also have zoos to thank for still having bison, the black-footed ferret, the golden lion tamarin, and the red wolf. Still, zoos have their problems. To begin with, not all zoos are created equal. Some are clean and well-staffed, others aren't. There are some in the richest cities in the world, and there are some in conflict zones. What this means is not all zoos have the resources to properly care for their animals. And for many critics, no amount of education or research justifies keeping animals captive. That captivity can be really bad for both physical and psychological health. If you've ever visited a zoo, you may have noticed the way some animals, especially large cats, tend to pace back and forth inside their cages. According to scientists, this behavior represents an attempt to cope with boredom and small enclosures. One study found that chimpanzees in captivity were significantly more likely to show signs of compromised mental health. Things like hair plucking, self-biting, and self-hitting. And researchers have known for years that elephants suffer serious health problems and die much younger than they would in the wild, mostly due to a lack of exercise and high stress levels. And while zoos were crucial in helping save the California condor, success with other animal species is a big question mark. For example, most large carnivores like lions and tigers that are bred in captivity die when released into the wild. Turns out that they haven't developed the natural behaviors they need when they're out on their own and have to fend for themselves. So at the end of the day, when it comes to zoos, I'm kind of like, But it's not about my opinions, it's about y'all's opinions. So get down in those comments and let us know what you think. And if you stuck around this long, I'm going to assume that you like animals. So you should check out our other episode on whether endangered species are worth.
So, how did you like the video?
Very good.
Yes,
Very
interesting.
informative.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send here on chat the questions, and I'm gonna split you all into small rooms. Did you receive the questions? I think the question number 10 was missing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Here.
so question number 10 right now. I'm gonna send some vocabulary too about animals. To improve the conversation. So someone is entering in the meeting, and I'm gonna wait or split you into small rooms. Patricia Mai.
I have a small tiger at home.
Oh my God. Very cute. Patricia Maya, you're going to be the leader of your room, right?
Right.
So we are in 30 people. Let me see. So present yourself, choose a leader, and enjoy. See you in a few minutes. Hello, if you are listening my voice, you are in the main room with me. So,
Hello.
hello. Let's start to introduce ourselves. I'm Anu. I'm the host of the Friday and 5 p.m. meeting, and I live in Rio de Janeiro. I work with marketing, managing Instagram page of an artist, and that's basically that. So, Samia, who are you?
Hello everyone, my name is Samia. I'm from Teresina, Piauí, and I've been attending a TNT meeting since last year because of pandemic, and I got to know about this place, and I really enjoy to be here because it's a good place to practice and meeting new people. So yeah.
And how about you, Guilherme?
I'm living in Rio de Janeiro too. I'm 29 years old. I'm flight attendant and crew member of cruise ship, and that's why I need to improve my English.
Yeah.
So I'm using the time of the lockdown to learn and improve more and more. And I think that's it. It's very good to be here.
Oh, thank you. Let me see who else. Tatiana, who are you?
Hi, my name is Taxiana. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, but now I'm living in Portugal, in Porto. My background is from Porto. I work in IT field. Because of this, I need to improve my English because it's common. You need to communicate and you need to negotiate with special clients, stranger and clients. So it's important to me has a good English. I'm married. I'm a mother. My son called Arthur, and I think that is it.
Yeah. And how about you, Thais?
Hello, guys. My name is Thais. I live in São Paulo, São Bernardo do Campo, and I study international relations in Universidade Federal do ABC. I am 23 years old, and that's it.
And Junior Couto.
Hi, I'm Junior. I'm from Mossoró, Rio Grande do Norte, but I have been living in Germany, Hamburg, about 3 years, and I work as sales clerk in a store, and I study business administration, and I like to improve my English.
Oh, that's very nice. You are in the right place. Yeah. So I forget. Glenda. Oh, Glenda.
Hi guys. Good night. Good afternoon. Yeah. My
Good
name is
afternoon.
Glenda.
I am 16 and I am the last year of the high school. That is it. I don't work, so that is all.
Okay, that's nice. Nice to hear that. So let's start this question number one. Do you usually visit zoos or aquariums? If so, how often do you visit those places? Who wants to start? Or can I choose randomly?
So guys, may I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. uh, I've already visit aquarium, but I don't usually visit because I have how can I say bad feelings the animals in cage, so I don't usually visit these places. I don't agree.
Yeah. And how about you, Thais?
Yes, I agree with Guilherme. I don't like because, well, I am a fighter for animals' rights. I am vegan. I am totally activist in this middle. And I know that there is some zoos that um, exist to preserve the wildlife, but I know that the majority of them are they they prefer to receive money. You know, I don't know how to say lucro in English. I don't remember.
Profit.
Yes, they prefer the profit, and I think that's horrible because you don't put the life of the animal or the well-being of it in the equation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's horrible.
And how about you, Junior?
I use I don't usually go to the zoos or aquariums, but in January I was on vacation. Sorry, on November I was on vacation with a friend, and he invited me to go uh, to one, and I was within to the zoo, but I don't like. When I was a child, I used to go with my parents or siblings, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't like at all.
And how about you, Tati?
I have a son, so in my case, it's normal to leave my son in zoos and aquariums. When we lived in Rio, we we went a zoo 2 times and a new aquarium once a time, and my son loves. But I agree with my colleagues because some zoos and some aquariums don't take care well for to animals in some cases. But last year I have an opportunity to visit the Spanish zoo in Madrid, and the zoo is totally different than Rio Zoo. So I think that depends on of the situation, because in some cases the money that the zoo receive is used to offer good places and good conditions for animals. But in sometimes the conditions is not enough to to provide a good place and a good location for the animals. But I good to know.
Yeah. And how about you, Samia?
Well, I don't usually go to the zoo, zoos or aquariums, even because here where I live, we don't have aquariums, only a zoo called Zoobotânico. And yeah, I used to go to the zoo often when I was a child, but nowadays, no.
And you, Glenda?
Yeah, well, I think I was to the zoo about 2 times in my life when I was a small child. And here, I think I forgot to say that I live in Bahia, and here there is a place called Bradford, and there is a project of preservation, Project Tamar, yeah. And yeah, it's to preservation of
Yes.
aquarium, animals, animais aquáticos. I don't know how I can say this. And it's really cool. I went this more recently, but I don't go frequently.
Yeah, I used to go when I was a child, but I don't go anymore because hurt my feelings when I see animals in cages. Even when the zoos is like that kind of zoos that animals is in the wild because don't have a cage specifically. And I hate aquariums because it's so unfair with a whale. A whale usually swim 100 kilometers per day, and in an aquarium, she can do that.
Yes.
So
Really.
let's move forward to the next question. Question number 2. I think we are already answered that in the question number 1. How do you feel when you are there? How do you think the animals feel being there? Glenda.
Well, I think they feel like they was in a cage, in a jail, and because they can't do the things they usually go in the nature. I think it's nature, natureza, yeah. So yeah, they have a small place to run and swim, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And is yeah, I think that.
And what's your opinion?
I think even though it depends, even though some zoos take care good of the animals, but in general they aren't really free. They are still in a cage.
Yeah.
And I think people or animals, no one should be in a cage.
Yeah. And how about you, Thais? What do you think they feel?
Yes, I think that they feel like prisoners because even when they are in zoos that are carrying them, I think that's I think no, I have certain that they don't know this and they don't know that they are being carried and things like that. So I think that it's horrible for them. Like when we see birds in cages, that's horrible. I have a lot of situations when I almost fight with people because I try to take the birds, off the cages. Yes, a lot of histories.
Yeah. And you, Samia?
Well, I think it depends on the conditions of the place where they are. So I think if it is a good place, maybe they will feel good. Maybe I don't know. I'm just guessing. And definitely, if it is a horrible place, they will feel sad. And yeah.
Yeah. And how about you, Tati?
I think that depends because some animals in zoo was catched by bad people, So Azul received these animals to get treatment and get back, devolver, I don't know, get back to the nature.
Return to the nature. But sometimes these animals don't have the instinct to survive in the wild after this time in captivity.
Yes, really.
So that's the reason I think it's sanctuaries when they stay with this kind of animals who are in circles or zoos that don't treat very well, and this is sanctuaries, I think, and they take care of this kind of animals in a place that they can run free, but it's an area in the wild.
Yes, difficult. It's difficult to find a public sanctuary, for example.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, private. There is a person that transform your house or your area in a place to receive animals and give freedom for them, but it's not a public initiative.
Yeah.
General is a private.
I think it's ONG.
Yeah, it's not so common.
Yeah. And how about you, Guilherme?
I think they feel like us on quarantine, stressed.
Oh, you read the next question.
Stressed, annoyed. I think even in those places where they are carried and taken care of, they are not in their natural habitat. So it could be very annoyed and stressful for them. So I think they feel so sad and annoyed.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And like the video said, mental health issues too. And that's so horrible. I'm going to skip the question number 4. I think I'm going to leave to the end. And question number 5. At some point, did you feel in captivity because of the pandemic? How did you feel at that moment? Thais.
Oh my God, I was muted. Yes, I think that everybody here felt this once, and it's horrible. Don't have the freedom to go out when we want, go where we want. Yes, plan a travel, and we are not in cages. We can go, I don't know, for in the street if we want. We can breathe, yes, but these animals don't have this chance. They are obligated to be there, and it's horrible for them, I think.
Yeah. And how about you, Junior?
All this situation with the coronavirus pandemic isn't good, but I don't feel a prisoner. I live in Germany. Here there are a lockdown, but we may go outside. We may go walking, running, and the commerce stores aren't open, but we are still free to go outside. And then I looking, for example, in Brazil or other countries, the situation is much worse than Germany, and I'm glad. I'm not happy shore. I hope that the situation gets better as soon as possible. But at the moment, I'm good. Not
Yeah,
perfect, but I'm good.
yeah. I see for the. I have another point of view because we don't have the freedom to go to where we want to go. So if you want to go to see our friends in a bar or in a restaurant or go to a show, so we are kind of trapped in a routine. We can go to some places, so we are living in a captivity, but it's not totally captivity. So I think there are many people with mental health issues, and this is not good. It's the for me here in Rio, I can go to the beach. I think today I won't go anymore because as a I don't know how to say decreto. But if I want to go, I could go. I can go and more. So, but I stay home, and it isn't good. I just go to the supermarkets or drugstores, but I pass all my day in at home. So I think that's the kind of thing that bothers me more. And you, Tati?
I think that is difficult for all to stay at home. However, in the case that you can to specific stores, for example, here in Portugal, the lockdown started in January and finish by waves. So at this moment, we can to, for example, for saloons, for specific stores that before the pandemic we can to go. But it's difficult to stay at home, and this is worse when you stay in a different in a new country, for example. When you live in your country, I think that I don't know the environment, but here because uh, the winter, I don't know, and you don't stay with your parents, with your relationships is difficult and to
Mm-hmm.
prejudice a lot more.
Yeah. And you, Guilherme?
Yeah, for sure. For me, it have been very difficult because I don't know. I have to learn. I had. I have had to learn to stay home alone. So it's more difficult, you know.
Yeah, you live
Uh,
alone.
yeah.
Oh my.
My husband live with me, but he works a lot, so
Oh, I got
I
it.
stay most of the time alone. I feel that it changes me
Mm-hmm.
because I think that I don't know how to live with other people's like before, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel captivated because of that, and for me it has been very difficult.
Okay. And you, Glenda?
Yeah, it's really hard because before this, I had a really busy life because I spent all my day in school. So I was always doing something. And yeah, I saw my friends every day. And now I can see them. I can see my family. I, I, yeah, there is so much time that I don't see my grandma. and we are very close, and you just can talk through the phone. Yeah, so it's really, really hard. But I'm trying, like, I don't get out of my house because here in Bahia is really, really difficult. Yeah, and I just get out when I really need to get out of my house. And is that I'm here with my family and I'm freaking out, but I'm trying.
Okay, and how about you, Samia? What
Well,
happened?
well, I didn't feel that way because I normally spend most part of my time outside my house. So being at home for me, it's a kind of relaxing moment. So staying at home during the pandemic, it was a good thing for me, you know, because it's been kind of stressful at work. So yeah, working from home, it was good for me at least. And I don't like going out and going, you know, I prefer to stay at home.
Oh, I love to walk on the beach. I love. I love. So, question number 6, we are think like animals. We're going to switch places with animals. So, what if an animal came to capture your child or a child close to you to put them in captivity? How would you feel, Glenda?
I don't
So
have child.
a lion appears and I
I don't have child,
but you don't
but
have a child, but you know some child. Some child.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
lion?
I will think about my sister, so
Oh yeah, good.
yeah, okay. I will be so angry. I'll be sad. I'll cry a lot, and I think I will ask, no, leave me, uh, get me, leave her. So I will be really angry and sad, and I don't know what do I do, but it's a really hard question.
Yeah, so now you know how animals feel. Yeah,
Yeah,
because almost
yeah,
the animals are put in captivity are tiny bears, tiny lions. It's the tiny one, the kids that they took
yeah,
the
exactly.
wild to go to the zoos or aquariums. And how about you, Guilherme? What do you feel?
I would feel terrified, and I think they feel the same in the zoos. For for they, we are a threat, and like in the situations, So that's why, because I don't agree with the zoos. I think to protect the the animals, we have the institutions that of preservation. For me, the zoo is only about the profit. Even in those places that they are care. You know. So I would feel terrified like they.
And you, Thais, how do you feel?
I totally agree with what you said that now, reflecting about it, we can feel how animals feel too, because it happens every second in the world. Like the babies of cows are separated for them so early, and they go to the industry of the milk if they are girls, yes, female cows, and goes to the uh, meat industry if they are uh, male cows. Male cows, I don't know how to say boy.
Yeah, I don't know
But
either.
you understand. So it's horrible because we treat animals in the worst way ever.
And you,
I'm just I'm just saying a lot of terrible things here. Sorry, guys, but it's the reality.
We can say boy as ox, but we have another form to call boy também. And you, Junior?
And I would get anger at a child, and I wouldn't agree with the animals, and I would let them take my child. Yeah, and that isn't is a horrible thing to do, to apart a child from their parents, or an animal from their parent too.
Yeah.
Because of them, I think the animals feel the same thing. Yeah? When they have a small cool, or or ever, and this shouldn't happen.
Yeah. And you, Samia?
Well, I would feel sad because it would mean that I'm gonna stay away from a person that I really love. So definitely, I would feel sad. So sad.
Yeah. And how about you, Tati? You have children, so
Yes, it's difficult to face this because in some situation, my son asked to me to have a pet, to have a puppy, and it's common to get a puppy, and the puppy separated with your mother.
yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's totally common in this case. You receive a puppy in your house that was separated by your mother.
Yeah.
But I disagree with the treatment, like get a bird and put in a cage. I disagree. If I could, I would have a bird freedom inside my house, but not in a cage. But it's difficult. I think sad to think about. But in the society is some questions and some situations are seen like normal.
Yeah. So last question before I bring everybody back to the main room. In nature, orcas usually swim 161 kilometers per day. The largest tank is 51 meters long, is in SeaWorld in Orlando. What comes to your mind when you receive this data, Junior?
They aren't um, they aren't happy. That is quite unbelievable to imagine. For example, we can imagine us, for example, in a place with 2 or 3 meters, and for a person, and then I think that the orcas feel the same. They
Exactly.
don't do what they need to do. The freedom, just
Yeah,
swim.
exactly. And you, Thais?
Yes, I think that they just survive one day after one day. Sorry by the sound. It's not a life, it's a survive situation. That's that's very sad. And I didn't know this information, this data. It's it's very impactante. I don't know how to say it in
Shocking.
English. Shocking. Thank you. It's very shocking.
I thought in this subject last week because an orca died in an aquarium. And I thought to bring this topic to discuss just because I love whales and sharks. I don't know, but I love whales and sharks. And you, Guilherme, what's your opinion?
To know this data is very sad. If you can imagine yourself in into a box and forget it, it's horrible. I can imagine. So it's very sad. I don't know how a human being could do that, you know? So.
Yeah. So before I talk to everybody, I want to hear from Samia. What do you think about this question?
Well, I think it's so cruel, because I cannot imagine they are happy being in a place like this, because, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and many I think I'm gonna call coaches of whales, especially orcas, died because an orca attacked. That's the why they call orca the killer whale. But orca, it isn't a killer whale. The orca kills in nature because she's hungry.
Yeah.
And it's in the nature, in the wild. So everybody, welcome back. And how was the conversation in your rooms? Please, the leaders of each rooms can start.
So it was amazing, we share ideas and some point views, and wonderful, so interesting topic about this, and see the guys express about these, animals in cage. It's so nice.
Yeah. And another leader to share. Oh, guys, you talk so much. I can hear you're talking.
It was nice. It was a nice experience. I think it's a challenging topic because there is this two different perspectives on zoos that it can be educational and has a purpose on research, but also we have to think about the animals there are there. Like I remember in the video the guy said ambassador, like that name, that animal is an ambassador for other animals, but it's like he could be with those other animals. I think it's a tricky thing. Not the ambassador, like he didn't assign that position to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, in the conversation in my group was nice, and that's it.
And another one, we had 6 rooms. So okay, your shot. André Marinho, should zoos or aquariums exist?
It was an excellent reflection about the existence of zoos. These questions made us reflect a lot on the actually of this place, how limited and cowardly they are with the animals, and that in the end, animals should be more free. The zoos are very limited, and as the question number, I forgot the number. Is a moment. In nature, orcas usually swim.
Oh, we are talking about that.
Yes, this question is very interesting. and made me reflect about the captivity that these animals suffering in English. I don't know what I say this, but that's it. That's it. My vision.
So I want to know the guys who attend the meeting for the first time. Junior, I think. Oh my gosh, there are Hyder, Jacqueline. How was the conversation for you guys? Junior, can you start?
Yes.
Sorry.
Did you enjoy?
I like it. I tried to do for 2 or 3 months, but I couldn't at the time. And then I like to try different things, different ways to learn English. I have been learning about 2 years, and I think the best way is with conversation. And I'm to talking to you guys.
It was a pleasure. I hope to see you next Friday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Heide, how was your experience?
Actually, it was good, similar the friend said. I normally was study just things about my profession and my job, and I think that I was in comfort zone. And now we have a lot of different conversation, and I think it should think more fast or give you answer. And I think it should be a lot of good, and I'm so happy to get to participate of the group.
Oh, it's rather very nice to hear that. Anyone new here that I forgot? If I forgot, I'm so sorry, guys. But oh, Simara, did you enjoy the conversation? Did you enjoy the project?
Yes, very much. Our leader is very nice and very smart too, and I like very much. And I watch the meeting the others weekend with the Emerson. I like I watch for YouTube.
Everybody starting YouTube and then come to the project. It's like that. So guys, we are running out of time. I would thank you for all of you to enjoy. It's impossible to talk to everybody, especially today that we had a lot of people here. Thank you for coming. Please answer the feedback. It's very important for us. Patricia, did you like being a co-host today? Patricia?
Yes, I love it. Being co-host. I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. It's a good.
Yeah, we are all.
Thank you.
Patricia, congratulations.
Her daughter even helped her.
Congratulations, Patricia.
Patricia, you deserve.
You deserve.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, guys.
Manu.
Yeah.
I send a link in the chat. This profile can make you reflect a lot about this theme, this today theme. It's a beautiful profile and interesting profile. I send the link in the chat.
Yeah, I see. And Atamis, thank you for attending my meeting. I think it's the first time with me, or no?
I think so. Usually on Fridays I'm tired, and as is 3 hours ahead later than in Brazil, for me sometimes it's hard to attend. But today was a easier day, and I could. Thank you very much. This topic was really interesting, as usual on TNT. I really like TNT. I'm here as always as possible. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much again. Patricia, you were a really good co-host. host, and you deserve, I think. And I hope to see you more in your own meetings.
Yeah, she's going to be with me for a time. So guys, have a nice weekend. If you don't schedule to happy hour at 10 p.m. Brazilian time, please schedule. It's a free space. We don't have a topic at 10 p.m. and goes through the end. There's no time to end the meeting. Please answer the feedback. It's very important for us to know what you think and what we can improve in the project. And I'm gonna send in the chat. We have a conversation for beginners, for fluency, if you are interested. And please follow us on Instagram and YouTube, guys. And if you don't, oh my gosh, se você não está at the Telegram group, I'll send the link too. So guys, bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.